We finally know what the bonus week will be this week. Also, we'll talk a bit about the PlayStation 5 update later in the video, so stick around. Hello heroes and villains, welcome to Multiverse. So the bonus week will be an episode spotlight Deluge. So this week from Thursday, April 4th, 2024, all the way through Wednesday, April 10, 2024, players will enjoy double source marks when completing instance or mission content in Deluge. Also, there will be a 50% discount on the Deluge gear at the vendor. Sadly, it is only the gear that is 50% off, not materials, not base items, nothing like that, only the gear. And as always, you have to wait until Thursday morning after the daily server starts in order to be able to benefit from the bonus week. Also, we did get the PlayStation 5 update, the PlayStation 5 client update. Sadly, there are a bunch of issues. I'm sure you guys heard about it at this point. There's a couple of issues. The first issue is that after roughly 30 minutes of gameplay, the game would crash. At some point I was with Flashpoint Batman, and I thought Flashpoint Batman was trying to switch character or something, only to be told that no, he just crashed. Also, there seems to be some horrible sound issues. When Flashpoint was trying to talk to me through chat, I could barely understand what he was saying. I would understand 2 words out of 3, sometimes only 1 word out of 3. So communication was, let's say, very challenging, sadly, with this new update. But the worst of the worst of the worst is the frame rate. Holy crap, the frame rate, especially in the open world, was horrible. And even navigating the various menus. When we first got the update, I was a foolish fool. I did not know that you had to install the PlayStation 5 update. I thought it would update as it always does whenever there's a new hotfix or a new patch or something. So at first, I still was playing with the PS4 client, and holy crap, was the game running very smoothly. Somehow we had 60 frames per second with the PlayStation 4 client, and holy crap, going on the broker menu, it was very smooth. There was a lot of lag or some issues, sometimes navigating through various menus, but with this new update, the PlayStation 4 client ran flawlessly. I was really impressed. Until I realized that, oopsie, you have to install the PlayStation 5 client. So I did that, and luckily I was not that much of a foolish fool because I kept the PlayStation 4 client just in case. Because sadly, very often when you install a new version, a new update, a new anything, it breaks the game. It's sad, but sadly, whenever they try to update DC Universe Online, they end up breaking a whole bunch of stuff, and sadly, this was no exception. So sadly, the first thing I noticed again was the horrible frame rate, and then later on, when I was trying to communicate with Flashpoint Batman, the audio was horrible, and then I read on the forums that people would crash after roughly 30 minutes of gameplay, and right on cue, that's pretty much what happened with Flashpoint Batman. So I would strongly suggest, if you do install the PlayStation 5 client, do not get rid of the PlayStation 4 client just yet. I understand that maybe you don't have enough room on your PlayStation to be able to get both versions of the game, but if you can get both versions of the game, do that. But if somehow you cannot get both versions of the game, I would strongly suggest keep the PlayStation 4 version of the game for now. Again, thanks to this new update, the PlayStation 4 client runs great. It runs very smoothly. So if you cannot get both versions, keep the PlayStation 4 version. There is supposed to be an update, a hotfix at some point to fix whatever issues there is with the PlayStation 5 update. Sadly, we only got a first tiny patch right now. So you can see basically here for the US world, there is supposed to be some performance improvement. It's supposed to resolve some intermittent crashes that can occur after a lengthy play session. I have to admit, I'm playing with the PlayStation 4 client right now, so I did not notice if we play for 30 minutes if the game still crashes, and that is on the US worlds. On the EU worlds, there's also some performance improvement, and there's also some improvement for players that don't have a 4K screen resolution defined in the console settings. So again, they are working on a hotfix to try to fix the PlayStation 5 client. Sadly, when we will get that hotfix, there's no words about that just yet. And sadly, for some time, we've seen the level of communication we can expect from the new devs. So odds are they won't tell us anything until the hotfix is ready to be released. So at this point, all we can do is wait. Although, again, as we can see, they might release it bit by bit as opposed to trying to get the whole thing. We'll have to wait and see for that as well. when we do get any information about the upcoming hotfix, I'll let you guys know about it. Although there is the current and upcoming events and content that has been somewhat updated. So basically here they're showing that the PlayStation 5 update is out now. But again, we are waiting for the hotfix. And we can see the Mr. Mixospedalic event, which sadly is behind us already. But there is a booster bundle 20. And very often some of you guys will ask me, Multiverse, how long will the booster bundle last? We actually have an end date right now. So this booster bundle will last until April 11th, 2024. So luckily it didn't last too long, and I can't say that I am surprised. Usually as a rule of thumb, if they keep something around, like basically the previous booster bundle, they kept it for months and months and months, odds are it was selling really well. But here, this booster bundle was pretty much a disaster from day one. They gave us a booster bundle while we were on radio silence for months and months and months, and then they break the radio silence with this booster bundle. Also, the items within the booster bundle were not very well received. And also, of course, people were not too happy that we have been months and months and months and months without new content. So it was obvious that for a whole bunch of reasons, people were not going to purchase this booster bundle. And seeing how they're removing it already, yeah, it probably didn't sell so well. I'm sure some will point out that in the past, we did have booster bundle that lasted only for 1 month. It is something we've seen before. But there are times where we had booster bundles that lasted months and months and months and months, like basically the previous booster bundle before this one. So again, I would say that as a rule of thumb, when something sells really well, they'll keep it around for a long time. If something doesn't sell so well, they'll quickly replace it with something else. We saw that also with the Joker's time capsule, the Joker's Legacy time capsule, and that is a time capsule that did not stay around very long, and it's easy to understand why. The interest for that time capsule was very, very low. An easy way to see if a time capsule or a booster bundle is popular, take a look at the broker. If you see a lot of items on the broker that cannot sell, and that sell at really, really low prices, odds are there's no demand for that time capsule, or in this case for that booster bundle. When there is a demand, the prices are usually high, and in some cases, the prices even go up and up and up as time goes by. An example of that would be the Cosmic Chroma material or the Shaded Comic Chroma material. These did not go down in prices, they actually increased in prices once they were on the broker. But if we take a look at this new booster bundle, you can get the material for a couple of millions. You can get the accessories for 5-10 millions. The skin did go down quite a lot. It did go down below 100 million. It went down as low as 90 million, last I recall. But it could still go down some more. If you're a bit patient, you might be able to get it for even cheaper than that. Assuming that you are interested in purchasing the skin, because a lot of people were a bit disappointed that the skin is pretty much a new version of the lava skin, sort of. So again, rule of thumb, if something is popular, we'll get it for a long time. If it's not popular, we'll get it for 1 month and we'll never see it again. And that's pretty much the case with this booster bundle. And again, episode 47, Brainiac returns. So we've known for some time that we will get the next DLC in May. Hopefully, it is going to be early May, because if it is early May, we will have been 7 months without a new DLC. 7 months without a new DLC is a long, long time. And even worse, if we get it at the end of May, then we'll have been about 8 months without a new DLC. That's way too long. So hopefully nothing goes wrong and we will be able to get the Brainiac Returns DLC in May. But at this point, all we can do is wait. And we should get the next DLC, episode 48, for September. I find that a bit strange because they waited months and months and months and months before announcing the Brainiac Returns DLC. And even now, they did not give us a lot of details about that DLC, so you have to wonder how far along they are with that DLC. So it's kind of strange to see them announce the next episode, episode 48 for September already. It's a bit weird to see them announce episode 48 for September when they did not even give us any real details about episode 47, other than it is going to be called the Brainiac Returns, and it should have an open world, a duo, a 4-player mission, and 2 raids. But we have no information about what styles we will get, which characters will be involved. So it is a bit weird to see them confident enough to tell us that episode 48 will be in September, when we don't really have any details about episode 47. and we are supposed to get episode 47 next month. But sadly, at this point, all we can really do is wait and see. Also, I'm a bit surprised they did not mention the Jon Stewart ally anywhere in there. So when we'll get the Jon Stewart ally, we don't really know. Normally, when something gets added to the test server, about 2 weeks later, it gets added to the live server. So I guess if all goes well, we should get the ally in about 2 weeks. But in that case, I guess we'll get it when we get it. It doesn't really matter. And we did get the PlayStation 5 client, but we don't have the Xbox Series X and S client just yet. And here, sadly, they still announced it for Q1 of 2024. Some of you guys were asking when will we get the Xbox client, and sadly, at this point in time, we don't really know. Although seeing the issues we had with the PlayStation 5 client, and maybe they should wait a bit before releasing the Xbox client to make sure that it will work properly. We'll have to wait and see for that. So there we go, guys. So this week, the bonus week is the Deluge DLC. And for the PlayStation 5 client hotfix, as soon as we get more information about that, I will let you guys know about it.